This afternoon, 7 heads of state from the Economic Community of West African states are determined to determine the fate of Guinea in an extraordinary summit called by chairman of the regional bloc, President Akufo-Addo, in Accra today. Military Colonel Mamadou Damboya took over power early this month, accusing the deposed President Alpha Condé of economic mismanagement. Today's meeting is expected to take a tough stance on the situation and agree on a roadmap to return Guinea back to constitutional rule. President Akufo-Addo opened the session.
The United Nations, the African Union, and several other countries outside the continent have also condemned the coup. In discussing this issue during our virtual conference of 8 September 2021, we reiterated our condemnation, suspended Guinea forthwith from membership of our organization, and decided to establish immediately to Guinea a high-level ECOWAS mission composed of the chairperson of the Council of States, the Ghanaian Foreign Minister, the Honorable Shirley Ayoko Boutre, the President of the ECOWAS Commission, His Excellency Jean-Claude Brou, the Foreign Minister of Burkina Faso, the Honorable Alpha Bari, and the Foreign Minister of Togo, the Honorable Robert Dussey, to assess the situation in that country and report back to us. The delegation went to Guinea on Friday, the 10th of September, met the military leaders, and saw President Alpha Condé in his place of detention. They have made a report to us, which will be the basis of our deliberations at this emergency summit on Guinea. We will receive also a report from the mediator of the Malian crisis, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on developments in Mali. We are required to take informed decisions on these matters that will have long-term consequences for the stability and the defense of the democratic values of our region. I count on you, Excellencies, to help proffer durable solutions to the crisis. And I'm confident that, as in the past, we will rise to the occasion. I wish us fruitful deliberations, and I thank you for your attention and declare this opening ceremony closed.
Let's go live to the Kempiski Hotel in Accra, where my colleague Elton Brobe is monitoring events for us. Elton, what can you report from the ECOWAS summit? Are the leaders making any headway with regards to resolving the Guinea situation?
Well, so Aisha, what has happened is a closed-door session. So all of us are waiting to hear the outcome of today's meeting. After the opening ceremony, the leaders went to a closed-door session, and my information is they are still considering the report of the Shirley Ayoko Boutre-led committee that was tasked by ECOWAS to assess the situation in Guinea and a report to the heads of state. So, and that report is forming the basis for the deliberation, which is currently being held behind closed doors. And when they are done, they've set up a briefing room where Ghana's foreign minister, together with the president of the ECOWAS Commission, will speak to the media about the outcome of today's meeting. But what we have been told is that ECOWAS has no intention of reinstating Guinea amongst its fold until Guinea has a constitutionally elected president in the next 6 months to come. That's the information I'm picking, that they will give the Guinean authorities within 6 months to return the country to civilian rule. But we are waiting to get confirmation of that directive. Also, if within the period that they will give to Guinea to return to constitutional rule, they don't see any steps being taken, they will move to the next stage where they might impose additional sanctions on Guinea. These are the issues that I'm picking from the closed-door session that is ongoing, and then also other additional sanctions which may include the restriction of movement between Guinea and its neighboring countries within the ECOWAS sub-region. But then also I've also been told that the Guinean military regime led by Mamadi have their own concerns. Indeed, my information is that even as ECOWAS is holding this meeting here in Accra, they are also undertaking a 4-day national consultative meeting. And this meeting, I'm told by people close to the foreign minister, is to allow the people of Guinea the opportunity to speak out and then decide on the governance system that they want. And for the next 4 days, that's what they will be doing. Indeed, this 4-day conference, which is currently underway in Guinea, I'm told is influenced by series of engagements that the military regime had with the political parties in Guinea, also civil society groups and foreign diplomats serving in Guinea. And they came to the conclusion that there's a need to open the discussion to get everybody on board, and that's exactly what they are doing. There's also on the table the possibility of restoring the constitution, which has been dissolved, and to look at amending certain aspects of it, including the return to the 2-term limit for the presidency, which you know that was one of the bases within which the military moved in to oust Alpha Condé, because he had the constitution amended, which gave him the opportunity to stand for a 3rd term, which he won, aftermath of which led to the upheaval in the country, which eventually led to his overthrow. Now they are looking at bringing the constitution back and ensuring that whoever is elected has 2 terms within which to govern. There will not be the opportunity to have a 3rd term bite at the presidency. And they are saying that these matters will require time and effort to get them out of the way. And until they are able to do so, it will be impossible for them to respect any roadmap that may be coming from this ECOWAS summit here in Accra to force them to comply with the narrative. And if what I'm picking is anything to go by, ECOWAS will insist that within 6 months, the military regime supervise election and get the country back into constitutional rule. These are matters I'm picking at the ongoing summit, even though all that is happening now is behind closed doors. Aisha.
When is the meeting scheduled to end, and what is likely to be the outcome? Do you know?
So the meeting will end with a communique, and the communique will spell out the demands that ECOWAS will be making on the military regime in Guinea. And like I intimated earlier, they are likely to say that Guinea or the military regime to ensure the return to constitutional rule within 6 months, and also the release of the deposed leader Alpha Condé from detention, and also a demand that if he requires medical attention, he is given one, and then his freedom fully restored. And then, but most importantly, to begin the process to have election as early as possible, to have a civilian in place. As to whether they may allow the military regime the opportunity to contest in the upcoming election. These are matters that the communique will spell out. But they've also made it clear that they have conditions of their own. I'm talking about the Guinean authorities. They have conditions of their own, and they will want ECOWAS to factor these conditions in the overall recommendations that will come out after today's meeting.
Elton Brobe is our man on the ground. He's monitoring this meeting for us. We'll bring you updates on this meeting once once they end the meeting. But let's get a better understanding of the issues at stake. Dr. Asa Asante is Director of Center for European Studies at the University of Ghana, Legon. He joins me via phone. Doc, I'm extremely grateful for your time this afternoon. First, let me gauge your mood on how the Guinea situation has traveled. Satisfied?
So far, I think ECOWAS is trying to do its best. I'm encouraged about the effort, and it is my hope and prayer that we get over this issue so that it doesn't become an albatross around our neck.
Now, the ECOWAS and other regional bodies have been accused of not doing much to avert, the crisis. Thankfully, there's a high-level meeting to decide the fate of Guinea. From what you know, what ideally should happen at this meeting?
That criticism is debatable, that the ECOWAS is not doing enough. Let us remember that each state within the ECOWAS bloc is a sovereign state, and it has the right to do things as it pleases. And that there's a very little that the sub-region can do in terms of the ability of ECOWAS state leaders to change the situation. The best they can do to advise and hold, programs like what we're having. But the crux of the matter is that we were expecting the people to exercise their popular sovereignty, which is the right for them to make decisions on their own and to reject anything that they feel it is not in their interest. Of course, we did not get that, and we have gotten to this stage. The good news is what we are experiencing now. The body that is tasked to do this, that is ECOWAS, I'm sure after today, their deliberations will be able to come out with something that is meaningful so that we can address this problem once and for all. Let us remember that it is not easy when things deteriorate and get to a level such as the one we have on our hand now. And then you need the body to come in to, as it were, to restore the order. It's not easy. But at this point, a dialogue, diplomacy, and then, good posture will be able to address the issue. We should be able to get the soldiers to disengage in no time so that democracy is restored. Take it or leave it, we have come a long way, and that we will not want to sit down to allow these young democracies that we have in the sub-region to slip through our fingers. So I am on the side of ECOWAS. I believe that at the end of the day, they will find lasting solution to this problem so that we nip this phenomenon in the bud.
And I'm happy you talk about the fact that the soldiers must disengage, because this afternoon we are learning that as 7 presidents are meeting at the summit to decide on the fate of Guinea, they are also having a 4-day consultative meeting. And we're told that they have their own condition, which they want ECOWAS to factor in whatever decision that they take. How does this frustrate or make the job easier for ECOWAS?
Oh, strictly speaking, if you look at those who are handling the situation in Mali, Goodluck Jonathan has the goodwill, and I believe he will be able to weather the storm. So whatever report that they will table, ECOWAS will take a cue from it and then see the best that would fit the prescription for Mali. For Guinea, the way is what the leaders have started. We want to support them so that they get the soldiers together and they tell them to disengage in no time, because democracy has come to stay. We have come a long way. If you look at the 90s, the 80s, where almost every part of Africa was ruled by people in khaki, that era is gone and gone forever. So now that something of this nature, which we call in political science democratic reversal, we don't want to encourage that, because this is a problem that Latin America suffered over the years. And thank God today, they are gradually becoming a stable democracy. And we don't want that to happen in the sub-region, which has been the oasis of peace and the strive for democracy.
So aside expecting a recommendation for the soldiers to disengage, let me ask you, what are your expectations at the end of the meeting? I mean, what should be the ideal way forward to resolving the matter?
The ideal way is that, one, they should be able to, after dialogue and all that, they should be able to give them time frame within which they have to disengage. And then failure to do that, they must also prescribe sanctions and then deal with it. But I believe that they should also make use of the forces within the global community in general to be able to serve or play the role of gunboating so that they will, put pressure on those who hold political power today in Guinea to reconsider their decision and give the people their mandate for their true leader to represent them. I think that is the way to go. The leaders should put their foot down. For power, it is not easy when people get it and they want to relinquish it. No. But we must be able to show them the way that what they have now is a stolen one, and for which reason they must be able to leave it and then allow civilian regimes to handle their own affairs. It is my hope and prayer that all these things we are talking about will come to fruition, so that nobody will, or when I say nobody, I'm talking about no country within the sub-region will look at Guinea as an example which they want to emulate. That example today by the military is the one that we want to throw into the dustbin in no time.
Kwame Asah-Asante, I'm extremely grateful for your time this afternoon. He's the director of the Center for European Studies at the University of Ghana, Legon, and also a political science lecturer at the Department of Political Science.